Hi Xanthia, how are you? Thank you for joining me on this Zoom call since we can't do it face to face. So, I'm sorry, I just had lunch, so I was looking at the time thinking, oh my goodness, I have to get on. So, yes, thank you again for making the time to sit down and do this. And so what we're doing today is just going over your nutrition so that we can make sure that it's complementing your workout program so you can achieve your goals a lot quicker and efficiently. So what I want to do first is briefly just explain what my role as a PT is. So as a PT, I can develop you programs, I can give you guidance on nutrition, I can provide you with some information from the Australian Dietary Guidelines on nutrition, but I can't exactly develop you a meal plan or a nutrition program. Okay, so that is left up to our nutritionist and dietitian. But I can definitely point you in the right direction on generally what you should be eating, or from the food groups, what you should be eating. But I can't exactly develop a meal plan for you with actual recipes and food like that. So that's that. Also, our relationship with, or the relationship between the physical activity, nutrition, and your body composition goals. So if your goal is to lose weight, eating unhealthily and doing a bit of exercise here and there, that is not going to help with your body composition goals. Okay, you're wanting to build some muscle. Okay, you're eating pretty well, you're doing lots of cardio. That's not really going to help with your building lean muscle. Okay, we need to incorporate some resistance training, some weight training to help with that. So in order for everything to balance and align perfectly, we need to eat healthy, we need to follow a set program by yours truly, and that will help you get to your goals a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently than if you were to just do it willy-nilly. So that is that in a nutshell. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to briefly run through a few questions on the dietary habits form. So it's a little questionnaire, just briefly touching base on what your daily intake from each of the five food groups, okay, at current, before we even go into changing anything. So it's what you're currently, how you're currently eating. So Xanthia, is that all making sense so far? Yeah, great. So what's your main dietary goal overall? What do you want to achieve out of this program? Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. Okay. So you want to, building up a bit of muscle, not bulking up, but yeah, some nice toned muscle mass. Perfect. So just increase muscle mass, not bulked up. Okay. Do you have any special dietary requirements? Do you have any allergies or intolerant? No? Okay. All right, so this is where we're going to delve into your serves per day. So how many serves of vegetables do you usually eat per day? 4 to 5? Yeah, perfect. Fruit. Same, 4 to 5. Your breads and cereals. Not a lot of bread. So it's not just your bread. This also includes your rice, your pasta, your noodles, porridge and muesli, if you have that for breakfast. Not really? Okay, so 0 to 1 per day. Okay, your dairy. Not a lot of milk. So again, this doesn't just come under milk. You've got your cheese, your yogurts, and your soy and your rice milk as well. So it's not just your milk. Not a lot either. Just in your tea and coffee. So 0 to 1. Okay. And your meat or alternatives. So your alternative. So meat is obviously your beef, your pork, your chicken, your fish. Your alternatives is your seeds, your nuts, your beans and legumes, tofu. All of that comes under alternatives as well. 4 to 5, perfect. Next is our discretionary choices. So these are our processed sugars. These are our little naughties that we shouldn't be having, but we still tend to do on a little sneak here and there. So this is your ice cream, your chocolates, your biscuits, your any alcohol you might have, soft drinks. Not a lot, really. Yeah, so that's per week or per day? Per week. Okay, so 0 to 3 per week. Perfect. Okay, so at this stage, I wouldn't think we would need to make much change on our veggies, but we will have a look at the the healthy eating for adults, the Australian Dietary Guidelines, and this actually has our serving sizes. Okay, so it's got our vegetables, our fruits, our grains and cereals, and our meats, and our dairy. Sorry, I'm stuck. Had mind blank. So going by what you have answered here, so you said you have 4 to 5 servings of vegetables per day. So 5 is the recommended amount, so you're hitting that target, which is wonderful. Fruit is 4 to 5 servings per day. Recommended is 2, so you're going slightly over. So we can look at just bringing that down a touch each day. Breads and cereals, it was very low on either none or sometimes only 1 a day. So this needs to be up at the 6. So this is something that we really need to focus on adding more into your diet, which we'll have a look at soon. Your dairy, you've said 0 to 1. This we need to bring up to 2.5. So you only need to add a little bit more. Okay, so that could be just like a tub of yogurt each day. But again, we'll look at that in more detail soon. And your meat and alternatives. So you've said here 4 to 5 servings per day. And the recommended is 2.5. So slightly over. And we can look at ways on how to bring, maybe swapping them over, adding more breads and cereals into your day and reducing the amount of meats and alternatives. And your discretionary choices was really low at 0 to 3, which is fantastic because it's probably 0 is the goal for that. So we'll have a quick look at your activity. So you have a pretty active lifestyle. So you go to the gym, you exercise 5 times a week, and they're 60-minute sessions with moderate intensity. So that's a really good activity level for yourself, which is excellent. And you're going to be incorporating some PT as well. So you've got your light activity for your job, moderate activity throughout the day, average sleep of 7 to 9 hours. And we feel there are just a few changes that we could make to your diet to help with your goals and your health. So what we will do now is I will just have a quick look at, we've got a little table here that I can look at, and it actually tells you, it's based on your activity level throughout the day and your height and age. And this will tell us how much additional kilojoules you need in order to achieve your goals. So this is on top of your set amount that you should be having each day just to function, just for your body to function. These are actually what I'm going to go through now, are the additional kilojoules that you need in order to, with your workouts included. Okay, so for women aged 19 to 30, which is in your age bracket, you're 159 centimeters, so I say 160. Moderate activities, you're needing an extra 2,800 kilojoules a day into your diet. So that's going to be where we could up your breads and cereals. And what else did we need to... it was mainly the breads and cereals, wasn't it? And probably increasing a bit more protein into your diet. So yeah, 2,800 is the number we're going to work on. So I can make a note of that for when referring you. So what we're going to go through is some strategies on how to incorporate these to assist you in achieving your goals. So we've already lightly touched in on what servings you need to increase. So we need to increase our dairy and our breads and cereals. So I suggest with your breads and cereals, you could possibly, in the mornings, if you're skipping breakfast or something like that, which with a busy lifestyle you may be, on those, you meal prep some, that would be another one is that I'm going to touch base on, is meal prepping. So smoothies are a great way to add in additional foods, and this is where we can add in some oats, some muesli into our smoothies. You've got your chia seeds and that sort of stuff. They can all add up to the proteins. Your dairy, that would be, you can add in a tub of yogurt with that one as well. If you don't want to just eat yogurt on its own, sometimes people find it maybe a bit bland just having some yogurt on its own. So add in a tub of yogurt into your smoothie. I personally find smoothies are my savior when I'm trying to get in a heap of my nutritional needs throughout the day. So yeah, add in some of your rolled oats. You've got some really good protein oats that I get from Coles myself. Just in the breakfast aisle, add in a scoop or two of those, and your tub of yogurt along with your milk. You could add in a protein powder as well. Okay, so that's upping your protein and also your breads and cereals and dairy. So that's that's our first one, increasing your dairy and breads and cereals. Second, we're going to try and meal prep. Okay, so that you can just grab it. With the smoothies, I like to meal prep little freezer bags, and I chop up some banana, some mango, your spinach, your kale, all that sort of stuff. I freeze all that in a freezer bag, and then I have my yogurts all lined up. You can even have little tubs of your oats already measured out. You can get like what people get when they're preparing, I'm having a mind blank, when they're preparing the formula to take out for the day for their babies. You get those little containers. Oh my goodness, my front door just slammed. Holy dooly. Yes, there's no one else here today, so it's just me. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, the freezer bags. So you've got your fruit and vegetable bags all done up. You've got your little containers of your protein powder or your oats all mixed up, and you've got your tub of yogurt ready, so that in the mornings you just need to empty out the freezer bag, grab your tub of yogurt, pour it in, grab your measured out, so you're not having to fumble around looking for your protein powder or your muesli out of the cupboard. It's all there ready to go for the next day. So preparation is key. Okay, preparation, if what they say, you fail to plan, you plan to fail, something like along those lines. Okay, so you need to plan out your week and just do up 5 to 7 freezer bags and have them ready to go. Okay, so baby steps with your meal prep, I find don't overthink it and try and do too much. I suggest just maybe focusing on the smoothie bags to start off with, and once you get in the rhythm of that, then you can start meal prepping some snacks that you can freeze and just grab out of the freezer, and like your slices and things like that. That's quiche slice, not chocolate slice. And I think a third one, you mentioned you're probably lacking in a bit of protein. Yeah. And we can't just rely on having our protein shake before and after our gym sessions as our sole. Even though a lot of protein shakes these days have quite a lot of protein in them with their servings, it's always best to get it from a whole food source. So with your protein, I would suggest incorporating some more, although your meat and alternatives is up 4 to 5 servings per day, we just need to put in some protein with that. So we would be looking at putting in some more fish, chicken, adding more of that into your lunches and dinners. Chicken's a great one. Tuna, if you like tuna and salmon, they're a great. I personally don't, so I don't know why I'm recommending that. But yes, I would incorporate some more of your lean meats. You could even make up a heap of meat patties to make on. You can have them as rissoles with vegetables for dinner. You can have them as a meat patty on a bun for lunch with some salad. So there's not just the one use for your meat patties. But yeah, I would we want to incorporate our protein alternatives. Okay, so there's 3 little strategies that we can start off with to get you underway. I'm going to put them all in an email and send to you as well, so you've got a record of that, along with a copy of the Australian Dietary Guidelines with the food pyramid, with the breakdown of how many servings per day you should be having. So what I think we should do at this point, firstly, does that all sound okay to you, those 3 strategies? Yep, there's something you can work with? Perfect. Yeah, wonderful. And they're achievable. They're definitely achievable. They're just small changes that you can do to your daily diet. Small changes will equal bigger results over time. So what I think will also complement that is if we refer you to possibly a nutritionist or a dietitian. That way they can help with specified meals and recipe ideas for incorporating those extra breads and cereals and meat alternatives. Okay, I've given you a very basic set of ideas and a little bit of advice, but I think a dietitian may be your best bet in, especially since you're wanting to really build that lean muscle mass. And you specifically don't want to do the bulking up, you want a dietitian would be perfect for helping you with some meals and an actual set plan for being able to do that. Okay, so I think we have covered everything here today. Do you have any questions? No? All right, well, if you do think of anything, just pop me through an email, send me a PM. But that is basically all we need to do today to cover the nutritional side of things. We've gone over your PT program, which I'm super excited about. And yes, that's all we need to work on today. So I will get a referral done up for a reputable dietitian. I will send you the copy of that and their details. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Great. Thanks, Cynthia. Have a wonderful day. Bye.